guys, and welcome to another episode. Today, I am sitting down with one of my favorites in the space, and that is Mr. Fred Noguera from PixEOS. Fred, man, I think we should start this off by, I want you to show off your T-shirt. I think it's...
Want me to show my T-shirt? Okay.
I need a break from reality.
Yeah.
So fitting, bro. I love it. I guess we kind of kick off the interview by maybe just talking a little bit about some of the basic questions, like, who is Fred? How did you find EOS? And what gave you the idea of PixEOS?
So Fred is an entrepreneur in the real world. So I run my event management company for 10 years. Been doing awesome events all over the world, dealing with some like really, really big multinationals for a long time. Telling a little bit about PixEOS, like it came to life when I decided to create something that I love. It's not that I don't love organizing events. I do love, but sometimes I need to deal with stuff that is not exactly my lifestyle kind of stuff. So I decided to create something that I love. I'm a musician in real life, so this is my artistic skill, and I'm an art collector for quite a while. So I love pop art, I love pop surrealism, I love surrealism, and I fell in love with blockchain 1.5 years ago. So I bought my first Litecoins, I bought my first EOS in the ICO. Then I got close to the end of the year, and I was listening to everything, and I bought Ripple, and I bought Tron, and then I was sitting on Christmas at home, and I watched like, boom, this is skyrocketing, like this is awesome, man. Why didn't I do this before, right? And then I continued. I created my group, ICO analysis group for Portuguese-speaking people. There was very few materials online about altcoins and ICOs, a lot about Bitcoin, but not about ICOs and altcoins. So we started the discussion there. It was a very healthy group. Started to grow. We got to 300 people like in the course of a month or 2 months. And then we continued. Then I joined another project, cybersecurity project, as a moderator. Yep. Later down the line, they made a technical challenge to the community, and I put together a group of developers to do stuff for them. It was when I met Jorge Alcario, our CTO, that is a beast of a coder. 6 months, thing just got to an end, and we decided that we needed to launch something else. We've seen the potential of the technical team. I knew my potential in the marketing and brand activation world, and we got together and started to brainstorm about what we would do next. We had like some very heavy sessions of brainstorming, and we finally came out to a messaging app that we would develop ourselves with everything that you cannot find in a messaging app right now. So we know that Telegram is amazing and awesome tool. It's evolving every day, but there are many stuff that they don't have. So we wanted to put everything in one app, and it was a super configurable, super complete messaging app. We made all the collaterals, white paper, one pager, pitch deck, and all of that stuff. Then the bear market hit. And then we lost all the support. We were already talking with VCs. We had a project that all of a sudden they made a huge campaign, and all of a sudden they had like 10 or 20% of what they raised. So in that moment, we lost all the basis that we were building for that. And then I got into deep depression and I started to sit down, and I sat down and I started to think, what can I do next? Because like, this is my dream, like to develop something meaningful for this space, because I've been already analyzing, checking everything and seeing how things shouldn't be done. Then I came up with the idea to put the two loves of my life in one place, that was blockchain and art. And then blockchain plus art equals PixEOS.
Or how would you break down the project for somebody who might not have a good grasp on EOS or on some of the technology behind blockchain, in simplest terms?
In simplest terms, so PixEOS is a place that you can get together with your art school friends or colleagues, and you can make art together, you can paint together, you can paint, but then you can make a mess that is what you love. So you can paint each other's stuff all over and over again. You can get dirty. You can do whatever you want. And then in the end, it doesn't matter the mess you make, we'll give you candies. So you can come, collaborate, and in the end, you still get some candies, right? So basically, that's what PixEOS is. First, I met the blockchain economy with Pixel Master, and then I met the perfect tokenomics from DICE, right? Yeah. That you could roll a dice, you could have a price. So it's like a loyalty program that you pay, you're paying something to roll a dice. You can win or lose, but at the same time, you're getting a bunch of that native token that is worth nothing. But just the feeling of getting those 100 dice in the first stage of the mining was amazing. It was cool. It was cool to see, like, this is token economy. It's not what all those ICOs were promising. But this is something that you go there as a person. Doesn't matter if you're a gambler. Doesn't matter if you're whatever, a whale or a tech guy or a non-tech guy. You're actually using tokenomics, and they work. Yeah. Right? They all work in all aspects. You get the token, you can stake the token, you keep the token there, you're loyal to the platform, the platform gives you back. So it's profit sharing. If you don't overindulge, you make a good cash out of it. So I still go, I don't have time to roll anymore, but I still go there and I take like 3-4 years per day from DICE. And then I take a bunch of DICE that I can stake, and then I get a little bit more next day. And right now I can get PixEOS. That was amazing.
I want to ask you about a couple of aspects of your token economy that are really cool. You've got number one, you can actually purchase digital artwork. As I saw in the white paper, that'll be kind of one of the things. And you can also contract an artist, right? How does this work? I think it's really cool because we're kind of doing something similar at Trybe, where eventually there's going to be a way that you can like contract somebody to do content for you for whatever it might be you want the content for. And this is the same thing, but it's like for art. And it's like artists can finally actually own like their piece of artwork, and they can kind of sell it. Do you want to just break down how those two processes work? Yeah, one. So we have two stuff that are very important in the platform, two components, right? Yeah. One is the NFT gallery, or the PixEOS gallery of non-fungible tokens, where you can actually, it's a curated gallery. So you have a KYA to come in, that is know your artist, right? So you need to prove through all the conventions from the real world. So we are backing as a big deal legally to do it. So the artists need to prove that art is theirs. Yeah. And we, at the first stage, because people, they like decentralization and so on, but you cannot have a real use case if you will not go get legal and stuff. Yeah. Right? Sure. So for you to have the outside world adoption, there will be a lot of work that we'll have to have all the conventions of the real world in our platform. Right. So you make a KYA and you go in, and then you put your artwork there and you tell, this is mine, I want to sell it. It's backed by an NFT, and it has a digital provenance encrypted in the blockchain, immortalized and immutable. How important it was kind of choosing your partners. And I guess like as a kind of a secondary question to that, like, where's the draw? Why are all these people running towards PixEOS? Like, I mean, if you're to really break it down, like, what is the attraction? Like, why is everybody so into what you're doing?
Why is everybody so into what we're doing? Like, first, because we are transparent and crystal clear. From the beginning, we tell, and if you read our white paper, that we would compose or complete our team with community members, with awesome community members. Yeah. So, man, I believe a lot in fate and destiny. Like, things, they're just happening for us. Like, when I met Matt from Eosphere in the DICE group, we started to talk on DM. We became good friends. We were talking about many things. And all of a sudden, when I finally had the idea of PixEOS, I came to the guy and I told, listen, I have this project, and maybe it's awesome that we would talk about, because only right now, after 2 or 3 weeks, I realized that you're from Eosphere. And I went and I Googled it, and I realized that they were a BP. And for me at that stage, as a fan of EOS, to be talking with someone from a BP was a huge stuff, right? And Matt is a super down-to-earth dude, and we're very good friends. We're calling each other like very often. We know that our families know each other. We know that we have a family, how they look like, and all this stuff. And then he connected me with Ross, and Ross was a hero and projected us all over, supported us all over. And I think like everything was connecting. Then we launched the project. People, they started to get interested. Stella Bell, that is a huge writer, artist, celebrity in the space, got interested in our concept. And I think the main thing is because we're not just developing technology in the blockchain. We are creating something for the people, right? Something that the people can come in and use. Okay. And we're honest about it, and we have all our heart into it.
So I want to ask a question that kind of everybody's wondering. Let's talk about the staking mechanism and staking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how exactly do you incorporate that with like a pixel-based art game? How does that kind of work?
It's exactly like that. You're taking, because you paint a pixel, you get 100 pixels, or you bought in the pre-sale, and you get there, you just stake. The staking system will read them in your wallet, and you will click the staking button, and they will be staked. And from next day, you're getting dividends. Obviously, our game has different economy than a gambling app. So we have many other rewards in the app. So if you play every day, you have the 24-hour bonus. If you play every day, you have the 24 pot. We don't believe to have a pot as an illusion for people to run after the pot. So we're not putting a carrot in front of the rabbit for the rabbit, or the dog or the horse to run after the carrot. We're putting an actual pot that as long as you play, you have participation from it every 24 hours. Right. And then you have an all-time patron as well. It's pretty small, but it's something like you go into canvas, you paint 5 years, and then you'll be always getting a small share of the game if it has volume. So we're kind of incentivizing every kind of people. The guy that played once and don't want to play anymore, the guy that only staked, and the guy that is playing every 24 hours like crazy because he sees that if the game has volume, he's getting from the patron, from the all-time, from the pot, and from the staking system. And he's also mining PixEOS.
How will the future of PixEOS evolve? Like, what kind of things are you going to do to keep it dynamic? We're not just talking about a single game here. We're talking about like an ecosphere of like a bunch of different games.
We are talking about an ecosphere. If you knew what we already been discussing, like the core team and the partners, the people that we're talking in the ecosystem, it will evolve to something like really, really cool. We have a first roadmap. We're not close there because I never believed in the long, lengthy tech white papers that you put everything that you do in the face of the user and it stops there. No, it doesn't stop there. So it's as scalable as possible. We can get into any kind of game after the first stage of the roadmap. We'll probably, and this is a disclosure I'm making here, we'll probably fork the platform by the end of the year. And we'll have a pure platform for games that started with art games and can evolve for any kind of games based in blockchain. And we'll have a purely business-oriented platform where we'll keep the marketplace, we'll keep the auction house, we'll keep the NFT gallery, and we will evolve to many other stuff. So the business will fork, and we will have two PixEOS platforms with different market targets.
For anybody who wants to participate in that token sale, how can they do that, Fred?
How can they do that? They just need a NIA's account.
Yep.
If they don't have one, they can come to our group and ask for one.
Fred, I want to know, like, what's the perfect version of success? Like, PixEOS is an absolute hit. How do you see it in your head? Because I think you're the kind of guy who takes the time to visualize things. Like, what's the perfect version of success for PixEOS?
The perfect version or vision?
Vision.
The perfect vision of success. I think we already got there. The perfect vision of success is to have 5 groups on WeChat, to have 2 big groups on WeChat, to have like 30 Bihu writers talking about us and wearing our pixel avatar, to have a great, super fast-growing community in Korea, to start a community in India, to have an amazing group on Telegram where 99.9% of the users are just amazing people, interacting, having fun, sharing gifts, participating in the gift wars, understanding our concept, that we're different, that we're not there to pretend, we're there to be ourselves. Right? So we already achieved that. I don't have any other vision. I think things will happen from now on naturally. We need to deliver a great tech, right? And we know that, and we're working hard for that, and we're surrounding us with great people to do it. We need to keep on doing our very natural marketing stuff because everyone is doing what they love.
Before I let you go, I want to ask you one last parting question. If you could pixelate anything into the sky, anything for the whole world to see, what would that be?
EOS is awesome.
EOS is awesome. EOS is awesome, my friend. Fred, it's an absolute pleasure to talk to you. I hope that we get the chance to talk again sometime soon. Anytime you have anything going on, please reach out, hit me up. Of course, man, I'm proud to have you as a partner on Trybe, and I just hope we can continue to kind of bring up.
I will, man. We're together, man.
Yeah, we are. Honestly, Fred, I love what you're doing. You're going to be successful. I have zero doubt, and I'm looking forward to watching it all unfold.
No, dude, I love what you're doing too, man. It's I think it's a huge contribution.
You have yourself an amazing night, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you so much, buddy. Okay, it was amazing to talk to you, buddy. You have a good day. I'll have a good night. It's time to go for my power nap.